say, welcome to Talking with Famous People. I'm currently watching Smithsonian Channel World War II stuff. At the moment, actually, I'm watching something called The Rise of Tokyo in Color. And it's got this great old footage of Edo period Japan and stuff. It's crazy. And I previously had watched another Smithsonian show, which was like the fall of Japan in color. And it's all very interesting. I find World War II and documentaries about it and stuff very interesting. It's hard not to find it interesting. Do you know that nowadays there are 36 million people in Tokyo? That's the biggest city in the world. 36 million people in Tokyo. Doesn't that seem like quite a few people? Someday Rachel and I might go to Tokyo. Who knows? Might be fun. But realistically, I'm probably too tall to comfortably go to Tokyo. So I'm thinking, you know, I think in Tokyo are not made for tall people. They're made for small people. Interestingly, when when the Japanese met with the Americans in Tokyo, uh, MacArthur lined the path with American guards, all of whom he picked up all the tallest ones. So there wasn't anybody standing there that was shorter than 6'2". And then all these little Japanese guys had to walk between these rows of super tall American soldiers, which I thought was pretty smart of MacArthur. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming for a super long time or anything this morning. It is Sleepy Week, and I'm not feeling especially energetic or anything this morning. So, at the time that Tokyo had 2.2 million people, London had 7.5 million, New York had 5 million, and Paris had 3 million. But then, on September 1st, 1923, Tokyo was devastated by the Great Kanto earthquake. 7.9 earthquake. started some fires, you know. And then there were some high winds, basically burned down half of Tokyo. So I'm guessing after this big earthquake and firestorm, uh, the population of Tokyo was fewer than 2.2 million people. Probably never even heard about that before. Nothing could be done to save the historical center of Tokyo. It was entirely destroyed. All the previous 3 centuries of history went up in smoke, and 105,000 people died. Wow. Mostly by the fire. How crazy is that? 105,000 people died. The city was in ruins. Wow. In 1923, nearly half of the dwellings in Tokyo were gone. The Great Kanto earthquake caused such damage that even today it is a traumatic memory. Tokyo still lives in fear of an enormous earthquake that could once again level the city. Well, 1.4 million of the 2.2 million people living in Tokyo were homeless. How crazy is that? That's crazy. Well, I am awake and talking to myself. But that's true even when I'm not live streaming. If I'm awake, I'm usually talking to myself. I sometimes have extended conversations out loud with myself when I'm by myself. So it doesn't make it that unusual for me then when I'm live streaming and nobody's here. It's just like when I'm not live streaming and nobody's here. You drank coffee this afternoon and you can't sleep? Well, my issue is I went to sleep at like basically 5 o'clock yesterday in the afternoon. I got up for a little while around 7:30. I had an appointment, but then they didn't show up, so 7:45 I went back to sleep. And I slept all night long until like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and then I just couldn't sleep anymore. So I got up and I started watching this Smithsonian Channel stuff, which is very interesting. I really enjoy the historic footage, like somebody filmed Tokyo in 1923 or something, and you can see what it looked like back then, and everyone's all dressed up in Japanese style clothes, like old school samurai style clothes. But anyway, my plan here this morning, I'm going to pull some more bomb rips. I'm going to live stream. I'm going to watch this show I'm watching with the captions on about Japan. Those Japanese people in World War II, I tell you, they really needed to get their asses kicked. And they did. They were terrible. I remember watching an old samurai film called Hidden Fortress by Akira Kurosawa. Oh yeah? How was it? These are, like today is not going to be a very fun day. I'm still recovering from my Adderall time, such that now I'm kind of low energy, less enthusiasm than my normal equilibrium. But because I got so much sleep last night, I suspect that if I get another sleep today, tonight, that I'll probably be fine. Some emperor died in 1926. With Emperor Taisho's son Hirohito ascended to the throne, a new period began for Japan. He was the first Japanese prince to have spent 6 months in Europe. Pretty good film. I saw back in 2019 during my film class and it reminded me of Star Wars. Well, that's pretty good, pretty high praise. Only 7 years after the Great Kanto earthquake, Tokyo's reconstruction was complete. They had new avenues, which supported automobiles, high chaos fuel, and it emerged as a big modern 20th century city. So really, Japan should thank that big earthquake for knocking down all their old buildings so they could make a regular city. Chaos fuel, good morning. Today, we're discussing the rise of Japan, the rise of Tokyo. And, they built a couple of bridges, one of which is a copy of a bridge in Germany, Cologne. This sea's looking pretty nice. So I'm not very energetic today, obviously, because I don't have any Adderall. Japanese women started dressing like flappers in the 20s. Did you know that? Some of them relegated the kimono to the back of their closets. Instead, wore Western clothes. But unfortunately, the rapid development of Western things in Japan led to the rise of a very militant faction who then basically said they had a false flag attack which they used um, as an excuse to invade China. And it took Manchukuo, which was a large portion of China. The League of Nations declared it was still part of China. And as a result, Japan decided to resign from the League of Nations in 1933. However, Mussolini recognized Manchukuo in 1936, setting the stage for their teaming up in World War II. Radical young officers in the February 26th incident sort of launched a coup, the goal of which was um, restoring the god status to Hirohito. Pressure from hawkish elements agitating for a war conquest against China was growing. Well, needless to say, the Japanese bit off more than they could chew. They're showing right now footage of a Japanese kindergarten acting out an attack on Nanking and then burning Nanking in effigy. How crazy is that? A kindergarten class is putting on paper gas masks and holding pretend guns with bayonets and attacking like a paper mache uh, effigy of Nanking. That's nuts. Meanwhile, the Japanese have begun making friends with the Nazis now. Oh, Japan. Now they're showing a Nazi propaganda film that's about how great Japan is. And in this film, all these Japanese kids are holding in one hand a Japanese flag and in the other hand a Nazi flag. Then Japanese army took Peking, Tianjin, and Shanghai. And then what comes next? The rape of Nanking. In conquering Nanking, they killed between 40 and 300,000 people. I mean, I would suspect INTJs would be most well suited to chess, but I really don't know. I know it's not me. I'm pretty good at chess, I guess, for a regular guy, but, you know, not actually good. But, sure, the Japanese Imperial Army may have killed between 40 and 300,000 people in Nanking. Okay, fine. But remember, they lost 105,000 people in that big earthquake in whatever, 1923, the Great Hanko earthquake. All of Tokyo practically burned to the ground, and 105,000 people died in the fires. Now, granted, that was nature, whereas Nanking was Japanese imperialist atrocities, so it's kind of a big difference. If you ever want to sound tough and talk to somebody like, you better watch out, you say, listen, you are Nanking. I am the fucking Japanese Imperial Army. That's a pretty good, sassy thing to say. You got to bring the sass, That's one of your number one jobs in life, to bring the sass. One of my number one jobs in life is to bring the cutlets to the Woods and Friends. So let me go get some. I'll be right back to deliver cutlets. Okay, Woods and Friends. It's time for your morning cutlet. You have so many cutlets left from last night. I guess you didn't really eat your cutlets last night. Okay. So, obviously it's a little early. The Woods and Friends probably haven't really gotten up for breakfast yet, I guess. Regardless, I gotta go pee. I gotta go back in and I'll give you guys a little bit more interesting information about the rise of Tokyo. That's the show I'm watching on the Smithsonian Channel right now. And I think you're going to really love every minute of commentary that I provide on the matter. I do have to go pee though before we do that. So you guys just stay right there. And I'm going to go pee. The wonderful feeling of emptying all of your pee out. It's like a second ago, you really had to pee. Now, you don't. Yeah, that famous shot of MacArthur on the boat signing, getting the Japanese delegation to sign the surrender agreement and stuff. Hirohito was not in that picture. He didn't meet with Hirohito until later. I always thought Hirohito was the one in the top hat. I don't know why we let him live. Chaos is your last name. So anyway, Roosevelt slapped an oil embargo on Japan, which had no oil deposits of its own. On the morning of December 8th, 1941, Japan chose how to respond to the American embargo. In this official announcement, the Imperial Army and Navy on December 8th entered into combat. I think we know what happened. They went and they sent their planes to Pearl Harbor. They launched a surprise attack on the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor in the Pacific. And needless to say, the U.S. was like, okay, fine, we'll join World War II. Japan started implementing all these like air raid practices and stuff to prepare for things including chemical weapons attacks, which never came, of course, but air raid shelters were dug. And all of a sudden, of course, none of the people are wearing Western clothes anymore. It says within 6 months, the superiority of the U.S. military forces was understood by Japan, but they kept the people in the dark about it. And as the war progressed, they began taking heavy combat losses. Showing a film here from 1943 which is focused on student mobilization, a ceremony for young soldiers heading off to battle. Japanese audio. We do not expect to return alive. We simply hope to honor our debt to the Emperor for his infinite kindness. What? Mao? You want to go outside now? Long live the Emperor. Banzai. The Americans had recaptured the Pacific Islands one by one, and now their bombers were within range of Japan. Well, Japan, you fucked up, you know? And starting in November 1944, America started bombing Tokyo. The night of March 9th and 10th, 1945, was one of the most horrific in Tokyo's history. In a matter of hours, 334 B-29s dropped 1,700 tons of incendiary bombs, an earlier version of napalm that leveled more than half of Tokyo's old city, killing 100,000 people in a single night. In the daylight, the toll was shocking. Just 22 years after its first destruction, the heart of Tokyo was again reduced to ashes and its population annihilated. The city was bombed periodically for months. In all, over 115,000 people perished in the attacks, yet Japan still refused to surrender. Until, of course, August 6th, 1945, Hiroshima gets the nuke. On the 9th, Nagasaki gets nuked. And on August 15th, 1945, all over Tokyo, among the ruins, Japanese people listened to the radio and heard that they had surrendered. Well, I mean, they weren't minding their own business. They were waging World War II. You know, uh, granted they were civilians. The U.S. firebombed the shit out of all kinds of Japanese cities. You know, people talk about the firebombing of Dresden. We did that to multiple cities in Japan. But, you know, it's like they were stubborn as fuck, right? How stubborn could they possibly be? They needed to just give up already. But, you know, MacArthur did a great job of building Japan into a modern Western country. Was it pride or was it honor? I mean, who knows? Who knows? For example, there when Americans came into Japan, the Japanese sentries lined all along the roads were all facing away from the road, so they weren't looking at the Americans, right? The Americans thought it was an insult, but the Japanese thought it was a compliment because they were saying we're not good enough to look at you. Which is pretty strange, right? The occupation of Japan and close coordination between U.S. and Japanese authorities continued for 7 years. weird FE for sure. There was a little bit of a food shortage for a while there. In 1946, a crowd of over 100,000 gathered in front of the Imperial Palace to celebrate the new Japanese Constitution in the presence of the Emperor and Empress. You never hear about the Empress. Democracy, freedom of the press, women's suffrage, etc., were all at the core of the Constitution. And to spread these values were totally foreign to the Japanese. Education received special attention. Supervised by the United States, curricula and textbooks were revised. The classes in nationalist morale were abolished and replaced by civil education courses. Students were both learning the egalitarian ideals of democracy and developing pride in being citizens of the only country with pacifism written into its very constitution. Without shedding any tears, people of Tokyo watched as statue of Japan's military hero Hiroshi was destroyed. Once again, the people of Tokyo had gone to work to rebuild their capital, but times were still hard. Then, suddenly, everything changed. Oh, now it's commercial. I wonder what caused everything to change all of a sudden. We'll find out, I guess. Must be depressing being an Asian in an ENTP. Well, it's not for my student Jeffrey. He's an ENTP. He's Chinese, but he lives in Los Angeles. Was I think born in America, and his parents are musicians. They both play for the LA Philharmonic. Anyway, he, I think, likes fine being an ENTP. But of course, it's helped having me involved with them and their family for years now. You know, I coached him in debate, and I talked to them a lot about personality type and stuff like that. I'd like to think I've done that family some good, if just in terms of making them more aware of cognitive functions and stuff. I mean, I've helped them in other ways too, but they're cool people. I like them. I'll watch some more of this Tokyo show. Yeah, you should go buy cigarettes. I'll see you later. When out of cigarettes, there's only one option you have available to you. Let's go buy more cigarettes. After I finish the cigarette, I'll go back inside. I'll get another non-alcoholic beer. Pull some more bong rips. Watch the rest of this Tokyo thing. I'll probably go try to have a little nap. Naps are nature's rejuvenators. You start off dejuvenated and you end up rejuvenated. Sure is lovely around today. Here's the stream trickling. And the woodland friends are coming for their cutlets now. Okay. I also need to eat some breakfast. So let's go make some breakfast. What should we make for breakfast, Eric? Good question. I'm going with bacon. Why not? Why not have some bacon? The answer is there's no reason not to have some bacon. Let's go over here to open the bacon. I got some cleaning up around here to do in general, but cut off this part with these scissors. There. Now we can get the bacon out of the package. Next, we put the bacon in the pan. Now, it's a good idea to separate your bacons before you put them in the pan. You don't have to. You can separate them while they're in the pan. But it's really, you're saving yourself a lot of heartache if you separate them before you put them in the pan. Now, I might have, oh yeah, this is a double here. I'll just leave that double, that's fine. One double's fine. Is this a double? That's just a very thick piece of bacon. This bacon here is a little thicker than your normal classic Parmesan bacon. I'm not sure why. But I am sure that it's going to be delicious. So, I'll turn on the fire. That's going to cause the bacon to cook. Now I'm going to wash my hands. There. My hands are washed like osh bagosh. Now, what I need to do is open this beer. There. Now we'll just let that bacon cook for a while. At some point we'll flip it around. Drink this non-alcoholic beer. The oil crisis of 1973 crippled Japan, which had always lacked energy resources. And fear that consumer goods would be in short supply led to a rush on the markets. Yes, Chaos Fuel, it's mostly just me. If I ever get lonely, no. I never get lonely. I can always live stream if I feel like hanging out. And, well, at the moment, it may just be you and me. It's normally I get somewhere between 5 and 10 people here, you know. But additionally, I have Rachel with me, so I don't get lonely. Tokyo has fulfilled its mission. It surpassed its American and Western models as a modern megapolis with its futuristic globalism. In 1991, though, the bubble burst. Yeah, that's what they say, happy wife, happy life. Well, it's true only if you're dealing with somebody who's FE tool, you know. If you got an FI user, then you're just gonna be like, this bitch is never happy, you know. Here we go. Now it's time to mess with the bacon. We'll turn it over, like that. Turn this one over. Then you just gonna turn them all over. Mix them up so they don't get stuck together. And then let it resume doing its dirty business. And while I return to the living room. Yeah. I tell you one thing I'm definitely looking forward to today is sexual intercourse. I intended to have it yesterday, but I was so tired. I was so tired that I just wanted to nap instead. So, needless to say, we'll have to remedy that problem today. Good for you, Chaos Fuel. Good for you. Excellent work. periodically you got to change the oil, you know? And then you feel a lot better afterwards. You're like, ah. It starts out with you feeling something that's like kind of like irritated at your partner, but you're not actually irritated ever. And you realize, oh, I know what the problem is. I need to hump you. And that's when she learns the important lessons in life. It's only by using my penis that I can teach Rachel how to be a proper wife. Well, I will tell you this much. After I eat this bacon, finish this non-alcoholic beer, go to the bathroom again, pull some more bong rips, hopefully I'll be ready for bread again. Because, you know, you can only sleep so much before your back starts hurting. So I had to get up this morning. All right, now let's go look at the bacon. Yeah, that irritation, it just means you need to hump them. And when you're humping on the side, there, take that. Now do you finally understand? And finally they do understand. That's what I call it when I ejaculate. Finally they understand. Let's go pee again. Didn't you just go pee, Eric? Yes, I just went pee. But I have to go pee again. I've already had this morning for drinks a large cup of coffee and a non-alcoholic beer. So it's understandable that I have to pee. And I appreciate it if you didn't taunt me mercilessly about it. Ah, that's good urine, I tell you. That's a feeling of urine-related relief. Okay, now let's look at the bacon again. Looks like it's coming along. Got a couple of real thickies in here today. A couple of these bacons have some real girth to them. But this one is ridiculous. It's so girthy. Alright. So you just keep cooking your little heart out, okay? Bacon. That's enough turning around for now. First cigarette of the day is always great. But in my opinion, today's Friday? Is it? Is today really Friday? Oh, look at that. Where did Thursday go? Huh. I guess I'm a day behind. Let me pull a bong rip, and then I'm going to, that bacon sounds like it's coming into maturity. I think I'm going to harvest it from the pan pretty soon. This week's really just zipped on by, hasn't it? You lived alone for 6 to 7 months once? Best time of your life? Well, I'd much rather live here with Rachel than live by myself. Okay. Let's go get the bacon. I do that chaos fuel, and I still have Rachel here with me. Same thing. It's not easy, but it is possible to find a partner who's genuinely like on the same page as you almost always. In which case, you don't feel constrained by them at all. Of course, it also helps to have a big house. So I can be down here doing my whatever. Rachel's asleep upstairs. I'm not bothering her, you know. But Rich and I got along really well, even when we had a very little amount of space. So, when you find the right person, things are easy. You don't have to compromise. Because you're on the same page. Just like right now, well, yeah. Well, you gotta find yourself one, Chaos Fuel. You have to find yourself an INFJ7, like I did. Of course, be prepared. They're probably not the most useful people in the world, You gotta, it's nice to have everything all set up for you like I do, but I guess that's a little bit too much to ask for the world in general. Hey, this is my bacon. You can have a piece of bacon, but just chill out for a second. I'm pretty bacony. I almost feel like I should have a piece of bread with it or something. Anyway, that Tokyo show is over, so now they're doing something about North Carolina. It's not very interesting. Well, oh, I know where there's bread. Okay, here. There you go. I'll go and go get bread from the car. We got this bread yesterday at the market, but we were eating it in the car, so I left it in the car. Okay. Now we've got a piece of bread. Like so. To go with our bacon. Yeah, Trouble is a super big cat. Here. I mean, that cat is sad? Well, she may have put on a few pounds, but you know what I say about Catherine Fobb? Catherine Fobb could suck it. So, of course, here's my dilemma. I'm horny now, but it's 6:15 in the morning. Rachel is certainly asleep, and will remain so for several more hours. I mean, I'm pretty full at this point, so I could try to pretend to be like, well, I brought you breakfast in bed. But I guess I'll just let her sleep. Well, what happened was yesterday, I was so tired I just wanted to take a nap. Well, we never ended up having sex yesterday. Here. No, it's just we ended up having sex yesterday. So, that's my fault. I was tired, but I'm not tired now. These are the complications of life, for instance, Mom. These are the things that make life so difficult for all of us. It's like First I want to hump, but I'm too tired. Then I want to hump, but she's too tired. So these are the challenges we face in life. No, I don't like wasting my precious loads on half-assery. I have a hot 38-year-old woman right here. I plan to make good use of her. It's just, you know, every other way of blowing a load is vastly inferior. Oh, kitty man, why do you sit on my feet so much? You're like a dog. Kitty man is such like a dog. Okay. I undoed accidentally and I'm back here. Well, welcome back. It's bone rip one time, or no, bone rip. Theoretically, I can roll a joint, but I gotta roll more joints for Rachel. Rachel, being Effie Tool, when I smoke a cigarette, she wants to smoke something too. So we try to keep her have a cigarette pack full of joints so that she can always just spark joints wherever we are, whatever we're doing. We smoke joints in the car all the time, so we're not particularly worried about like getting busted for smoking weed in the car, you know. Weed is nature's tobacco. You might ask, well, then what's tobacco? Tobacco is nature's other tobacco. I think I got bit by a mosquito on my leg or something because it's itching. It's itching like an itch factory. So, difficult choice I have to make. Should I? Kitty, no! What are you doing? Should I go slide into bed with Rachel upstairs and ease her into wakefulness? I don't know. She's just being crazy all of a sudden. Yeah, I think animals have types. I think Capilla's an ISTJ. I think Troll's an ENFJ. Um, but look, that's not the important question. The important question is, should I go bother Rachel now, And if the answer is no, then how long should I wait? Because, like, if I just wait till she naturally wakes up, it could be like 10 in the morning. It's like hours from now. Winston was an ENFP. Okay, 30 minutes. Just wait till 7 a.m., you think? I keep kind of secretly hoping that she'll be like, "Good morning" in the chat here. and then, and then I'll be like, "Aha." And then, all right, guys, well, I'll see you later. you know. Well, I, I'm gonna stay streaming for a bit because this is helping me be patient, you know. The ferret is Winston, Chaos Fuel. Winston is the ferret. God, get with the program, Chaos Fuel. You're all confused. Winston is the name of the ferret, okay? And Winston's mom is one of those unusual people who gave birth to a ferret. Don't judge. She does have a son whose name's Eric. That is not me, Eric, a different Eric, okay? And she had a ferret named Winston, but the ferret is now dead. So we all mourn the death of Winston. Now you know. Now you know the secret history of talking with famous people. Only people who are really in the inn know the secret history. So, congratulations. Okay, I'm going back outside for a cigarette. Now, here's the deal. Secretly, what I'm hoping is that by standing outside and talking, Rachel will hear it and wake up. That's my secret hope. I guess it's not that much of a secret since I told you. Hi, squirrel. We've got birds. We've got squirrels. You don't see any birds right now because they're not really right here, but they'll come around, I bet. Of course, they better hurry up because the squirrels make pretty short work of the cutlets, you know. They believe in gathering as many cutlets as they can. There's a lot of daddy long legs around here. If I'm not mistaken, daddy long legs eat mosquitoes. So we want to have a lot of daddy long legs. But they're also kind of like gross a little bit. Tips. I should Google tips on how to make your penis be more patient. Life hack. That's what I need. I need a life hack that will help my penis be more patient. Maybe I should go to lifehacks.com. You squirrels think you're so cool. With good reason. You are so cool. You use your hands like a person. I wonder if squirrels have opposable thumbs. I think they should. I hereby grant the opposable thumbs, squirrels. Got all these half cigarettes here. I need to get more in the habit of finishing my half cigarettes before lighting a new one. I see there are 6 people here. Fingers crossed that one of them is Rachel. Okay, well, Mac Daddy suggested waiting 30 minutes. If I thought I could go back to sleep right now, I'd try to lie down and take a little nap. Maybe I could. We got a check from Carrying Transitions yesterday. That was nice. For the guns that sold. I only kept one of them. I guess there were several total. So, good job, Carrying Transitions. You turned out to be reliable, not cheating us. Good for you. I had my doubts. But you did a good job. And kudos to you. Boy, I tell you, that Oakland A's game we went to, that was such a special experience. I really, really enjoyed that. And so did Rachel. We both really enjoyed it. Getting to sit in literally the best possible seats at a baseball stadium. If you Google it, what are the best seats to sit at a baseball stadium? They'll tell you third base, field box. We were at the third base field box, and I was in the seat that was closest possible to the A's dugout, in the very corner, right next to the photographer's well. And it was really amazing. I've never experienced any kind of baseball experience like it, and it was so up close and personal, and it was such a good deal too. I mean, the thing is, sure, if you're paying $150 for a seat at a baseball stadium, well, you're paying a lot of money to go to a baseball game. But it was all inclusive. They gave us so much free shit. They gave us hot dogs. They gave us loaded tater tots. They gave us candy. They gave us uh, unlimited non-alcoholic drinks, and it was amazing. It has to be the best deal in professional sports imaginable, because if we had bought all the free stuff they gave us, yes, we did. In fact, I do have a short that I made showing us sitting in the field box, but I haven't uploaded it yet. Um, but we kind of got unlucky. I think in most games, more balls probably are hit down the third baseline than were in the game we attended. So we could see ourselves on a couple of occasions. One of them was better than the other ones, but probably if it had been a different game, we would have had better shot of us. Regardless, Rachel and we were talking about going down to LA again at some point, but we both agreed that we'd rather spend that same money on going to another A's game, because that was so fun, so interesting, so exciting, and what really propels it over the top is we happened to go to the game that had the lowest attendance since 1979. There were 2,064 people in attendance. How like intimate could that setting possibly be? Well, I'll tell you this much. Nobody's gonna mistake me for an ENTJ. No, sirs and ma'ams. I am simply not productive enough, nor successful enough, nor driven, nor goal oriented enough. Instead, I'm like a baby. I'm a baby to the nth degree. So much so that right now I want to stomp my feet, because it's only 6:40 in the morning and Rachel's fast asleep, I'm sure. Otherwise, if she weren't asleep, she'd probably be here in this chat saying hello. So, even though I want to have sex with her right now, I have to wait. It would just be too rude to get her up this early. I have to wait till at least 8 in the morning, I think. I know those numbers are more like a spring training game in the middle of a weekday work week. Well, weekday work week. I know. That's a small number of people in attendance to our Major League Baseball game. 2,064. But the thing is, the point is, all that stuff, if we had bought all that stuff at Dodger Stadium, just all that stuff would have cost 150 bucks. What makes INTJs funny? Um, oh, oh, wait, listen, I will wait. She has her phone, I'm sure, on Do Not Disturb anyway. She puts her phone on Do Not Disturb when she goes to bed. So she would not be disturbed by a phone call. I mean, I enjoyed the hot dog. The hot dog was good. I wasn't super hungry because I had eaten mushrooms. So I ate a hot dog. And, it's like there were some minor mistakes, you might say. Like, what we really wanted when we got there was coffee. It took till like the seventh inning for them to get us our coffee. And then we told them we wanted coffee with creamer. They gave us coffee and they only had sugar. So we drank it black and it gave me stomach acid as a consequence. That was one little problem. Then with the hot dog, I wanted ketchup and mustard, but they only gave us ketchup. But whatever. It's like those were such minor little things. There were also little bugs down in the little gnats in the field box, but it's a baseball stadium. You're gonna get little bugs sometimes. Oh yeah, the shelves. The shelves were fantastic. And I guarantee you there is no way I would have been able to live stream at that A's free Wi Fi if there had been very many people there. You probably cannot Wi-Fi live stream if there's 10,000 people there. I'm sure you definitely couldn't do it at Dodger Stadium. I tried, um, but oh, chaos fuel. I miss them so much too. I was like, oh no, they're gone. Are you two going to visit the Butterfly Festival this weekend? It's not this weekend. We already went to the Butterfly Festival. It was last weekend, the weekend before. I don't know. As did you. As did you. When you said that, it made me laugh too. I don't know what's going on this weekend in town. There might be something, but no. It's just one weekend. It's just one weekend. Because we're both ENTPs and we're laughing at FI. We're laughing at the idea of like missing somebody. Well, I think we all know who I miss right now. I miss my beloved Rachel, who's upstairs sleeping with all of her womanliness, blissfully unaware I'm downstairs plotting her conquest. Well, well, well. It's only 6:46. This is the longest passing morning ever. I should just go back to bed. Try to go to sleep for a little while. Bread is so comfortable. I'm so glad I brought it with us from Arcadia instead of just having the beds here. The beds here are fine, but bread, uh, which was my parents' bed in Arcadia, is the best bread ever. Oh my god. It's so flat. You know how a lot of beds they get like a hump in them? Because you sleep on the sides and then they get a little hump in the middle? Not bread. Mm-mm. Bread is flat as a pancake. I saw them a couple times back, you know. The son of late songwriting legend John Prine, Tommy Prine, is appearing in Mariposa in October at the Grove. Good for him. Yeah, he pops. He pops in and out. You know, he's a popper. All right. Well, I've got enough beer left for another cigarette. So let me pull a bong right first. Then I'll go outside. I'll finish this beer. I'll have another cigarette, and then I'll go try to take a little nap. I will lie down. I'll imagine things and try to go to sleep. Then, when I wake up, hopefully it'll be later than it is now. What is that? Keyhole, speed barrels, pole, speed. What is it, like a car race or something? I think Cameron's coming up tomorrow, or he's coming up the 20th or 22nd. I'm not sure. I should call him, find out. I was thinking of calling Delilah and telling her to give Cameron some Adderall to bring to me. That wouldn't be so bad. Oh, we got a blue jay now on the wall, as well as the squirrels. The thing is, the birds have so many insects to eat right now. They're probably not as enamored with the cutlets as they might otherwise be. We do have that one blue jay right there right now. I don't think squirrels eat bugs as much as birds do. You like the last size? Okay. Oh, there we go. Now my morning poop is getting jogged loose by the standing up and such. Well, that's good. I need to poop before I have intercourse anyway. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys at here while I go poop. Okay, you don't want to go poop with me. Come on. In or out. In or out. Well, come inside. Of course, the cat starts scratching the door as soon as I start pooping. I said to her before I started pooping, in or out? In or out? She chose out, but then as soon as I started pooping, she changes her mind. Well, there's various correct ways of speaking about it and various incorrect ways of speaking about it. All right. I am going to end the stream and go to bed. I'm going to go back to bed. I feel like I can probably take a nap now. I pooped, I peed, I've eaten, I've drank liquids, I smoked cigarettes, I smoked bong rips. All the things you need to do for a complete breakfast. And I'm now ready to go back to bed. And when I wake up again, it will no longer be Thursday. It will then be Friday. And maybe I'll live stream again later. Probably I will. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. So, for now, I bid you all a very fond adieu.